a little round puck of happiness. Yum. You can see it's kind of gotten thicker. As it cools off, it will actually get kind of like a chip. So I'll bring you back. Good morning. Welcome back to my kitchen. Leftover flour tortilla. I've got one that came out of we went to eat Mexican food the other day, and anyway, it didn't get eaten. So I tried for nothing to go to waste around this family. So let me show you what I'm going to do. It's early. It's cold, of course. It's been in my fridge. I don't know if you have to keep them in the fridge or not, but it's been in my fridge. So I'm going to take a little bit of butter. The butter's been setting out on my cabinet. It always sits out on my cabinet. I'm just going to go all over this with this butter, just a light coat. That's probably about a quarter of a slice, quarter teaspoon of butter. I think each 3/4 inch is 1 tablespoon. So, and I take my juice, which is a mixture of cinnamon and sugar. Have you ever made one of these? I don't even know what they're called. Well, I do know what they're called. They're called good. I've just got my first cup of coffee poured here. It's cooling down. All right. I moved the camera to the other way. You can see my air fryer over here. My Ninja. I love this thing. We do everything in the world in it. So I'm going to bring it out. There's 2 ways you can cook these. You could put it on air fry for I don't know how long. It depends on how many you've got in there, how thick the tortilla is. Maybe a couple of minutes until it starts getting crispy. I call them cinnamon crisp. And you can leave them in for a long time. They'll become a cinnamon Dorito. They're not corn, but tortilla chip. But I'm going to leave it just long enough to melt my butter and not get too crispy. So I'm going to turn this air fryer on. Let's go to air fry, and I'm going to do 420 degrees. The default timer is 20 minutes. I never change that because I'm just going to go by looks. And it started. And I'm going to have my cup of coffee while it comes to temperature. It's a good way to use your tortilla chips, whether they be corn or flour. Matter of fact, if you've got corn tortillas, just put a little butter on the outside of them and put your favorite seasoning on them. It could be Cajun seasoning. It could be Mexican salt. Taco seasoning is great. After you got the butter on, kind of sprinkle it lightly on them and cut those up into triangles. And yeah, you'll have Doritos. You can put cheese powder or you can put anything on it. So I'll see if it's ready to go. All right, there she goes. I'll bring you back here in just a minute when it's percolating along. Oh, there it is. It just went off. And that just means that it came to temperature and it started cooking. And it's 19 minutes and 53 seconds. Of course, we all know it ain't going to take that long, but I'll bring you back here in a minute. All right, let's see what it looks like at this point. It's starting to get soft. It's starting to puff up, which I know that means it's just cooking more. I'm going to leave it for about another minute, and I'm going to turn it to broil to cook the top of it. I'll bring you back when I turn it over to broil. Alright, it's cooked long enough on air fry. Let's turn it down to broil, air broil. That just means heat's coming from the top, not from the bottom. It's already heated up. Just like an old-fashioned stove or broiler. Like an electric broiler for your countertop. That's the reason I like this Ninja. I've cooked everything from frozen steaks in here to you name it. I actually did a key lime pie the other day, and Cooked everything in here, even the meringue. If you've not seen that video, I'll put a link to it on this video. That pie did amazing. I mean, it's a simple recipe. Lots of people have made this pie. They ain't like no big secret. It will, except I took in the graham cracker crust. Around so I can see you. In the graham cracker crust, I added coconut flavoring. So you know that old song, put the lime in the coconut. Well, I was putting the lime in the coconut. It was so good. You could eat that graham cracker flavor, and it had that coconut in there. Oh, with that key lime. Anyway, let's look back at this. Starting to get a little brown on top. And you can do, like in my air fryer, you could do 4 of these at one time. But there's only one, and there's only one of me right now because wife's still asleep. I said this is early. And is this going to be hot? I can get it out here. Yeah, you know it's going to be hot, so I'm going to get some fair tongs. Oh, shoot, I've got my, no wonder it wasn't cooking right. Boys and girls, y'all should have told me. I had it on dehydrate, and I'm thinking, well, it should be brown by now. Yeah, it's early. Now, air broil. Yeah, I was going to dry that thing out and make dehydrated chips out of it, I guess. I kept thinking, why is it not getting brown on the top side? Usually it doesn't take too long. Oh well. Yes, I could take that out of the film, edit it out, but hey, I've always said my channel is what you see is what you get. No razzle dazzle. Yeah, I don't have a set of foods that I've already made that look perfect setting off to the side. What you see is what I cook my family. So it better be good, because if not, we're going to be eating bad. Yeah, there she is. She's bubbling away on top. Once that cooks with that cinnamon and sugar and butter on there, it'll almost brulee, do like a creme brulee top, that crispy sugary top on creme brulee. That's what it'll do to this. Yeah, this is not my first time to do this. Just first time I ever videoed it. This air fryer is so versatile. I say I'll bring y'all back. Air fryer is so versatile. You cook everything in the world in it. So, and I'll link to my key lime pie that I made in here the other day. So. All right, let's take a look at this baby. I think it should be ready. It's been on the air broiler for 3 minutes now. That's ready. Not counting the minute and a half it was dehydrating. Yeah, I should have left it. Maybe I could come up with something new. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come on. All right, let's get this cut into some pieces and enjoy our cinnamon tortilla crisp, I guess is what you'd call it. You can see it setting up. It's already got, you could eat it like a little pizza, but I'm going to just cut it in a few pieces here. You can hear it's got crispy. It'll be a perfect snack with coffee. All right, let me get a bite of one of these. Let's see what she tastes like. Oh, so good. boys and girls, make these. It's so good. Perfect snack with a cup of coffee. And yes, I'm eating directly off my cutting board. I've talked about this old cutting board several times. I made this cutting board out of the floors of our old farmhouse, ranch house, or whatever you want to call it. We had to repair the floors a couple of different times, so there's a couple of different types of wood in here. There's some mesquite and some pecan and oak. And before we sold that farmhouse, these were underneath the house to repair, you know, like repair in the future. And so after we sold about 2 years later, I decided I wanted to do something with that wood, and I had cutting boards for all three of my children, and of course for myself. I got the smaller one. Maybe everybody else is about 3/4 bigger. You know, Pop didn't need that much, and I branded it. You can't see the brand is worn off, but I had our man, light's bad. I had our cattle brand 5W. That was the ranch name. And after each one of these was made, I heated it up, that brand super hot, and I branded the end of it with 5W and burned it to it. So mine is worn off. I've used it and cleaned it. You know, I clean it every day. So anyway, glad y'all could be with me for this little quick snack. And try it sometime. If you got any leftover tortillas, or you know what? Tortillas are really inexpensive. Buy flour or corn. I prefer flour. And make you some of these. Perfect snack for breakfast. Shoot, it could be breakfast if you want it to be. And I'll catch you on my next video. Thanks for being here. Thanks for following and subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, please do that and hit the notification button. Don't cost anything. Just hit it and it'll notify you every time I put out a video. See y'all later. The old dude out of here. The perfect pie for the 4th of July. Easy and nice and cold. It's going to be so good. Mouth watering.